All right, what's going on, everybody? KB Card Stacks here. I think I had about $600 worth of sales this week. A couple heavy hitters in here. Let's see what is going out in the mail. I guess just on top, not a sale, but going out to Dylan, just some base from On It that I'm going to be shipping out to him. So first actual sale, Noah Fafita, 101 Leaf Metal. This is the Cloud parallel, but it's like a pulsar. I priced this not as high as I thought, I think actually I sent a 10% discount. So I think I had it at 90 cents. I sent 10% to every item. I didn't really check. This sold for 81, I think. And then after fees, I'll probably be at like 70-ish, I think. I don't remember how much I paid for it. This might've been one where I just kept kind of creeping up on the max bid. Curiosity always gets the best. And I'm like, oh, it's not at 38. Maybe it's at 40, 41. So I think I got it probably all in for 50. Not my favorite. I don't like the Pulsar type deal. So nice little flip there. It's going to Tucson too. So hopefully a fan who can enjoy that one as well. I've got probably 20 of these autos, probably 4 or 5 101s. Been buying a ton of like gold, like there was a press proof, pre-production press proof for like $5 and then like a gold to 10 for like $10. Trevor Etienne, I got this on DC Sports for probably $4 or $5. This one sold for $21. I did $19.99 plus $1.25 shipping. No, I paid up for this. I didn't pay $4. I paid maybe like $11. I think that's why I did $1.25. Anytime I'm at like that $10, $11, $12, $13 mark, but it's not quite a $25-ish card, I'll just do $19.99 plus $1.25 shipping. I think that, you know, at least for me, charging shipping at least gives me a little bit more margin, I guess. I don't know. So that's my thought. So I mentioned I sent out, I'm not a huge Trevor Etienne guy. He's at Florida or Georgia now. Meh, I've always liked Montreal Johnson, who had like a scope surgery of sorts. Questionable for week 1, but he has been running back at practice. So I don't know what a scope surgery entails and all that. But now at Georgia, they'll have to rely on him a little bit more without Roco Thomas. And then they've got Roco Robinson, who is right here actually. So Roco Robinson, been buying a ton of him. I got this on DC. It was not numbered. It was just a red. And I'm like, you know what? All Leaf autos are numbered. So I think I got this for like $5 or $6. I don't remember how much I got this one for. 2 of 9, probably closer to 10, to be honest. One of my earlier buys. I love Roco Robinson. Lincoln, San Diego kid, big running back. They also got Branson Robinson, who I think a lot of people are still high on, but I like Roderick. Someone countered me. I kind of had this one at $30 plus $1.25 just because I knew it was realistically gonna sell at 20 and I didn't need to charge the full price of shipping, but just in case it did sell at 30 because it is a cool red color match for Georgia, I was like, all right, cool, I'll, you know, still make 25-ish after shipping. No, maybe less. Maybe you're not making too much after that, but in my head it just kind of made sense. And I think this one was like 15-ish. They sent an offer, so just sending out ESE, I think it works. I've got a Roco Robinson 1 of 1. I've got a couple 1 of 1, so I felt good getting rid of them, but I do really love the red. This red looks so clean for Georgia, and it's centered. Sometimes these 1991 designs are not very well centered, so that was a nice little sale there. Roco backed Leaf Valiant. This is like I think an orange ice. Maybe that's what the orange is, or maybe it's not supposed to be orange, and I'm just making that up. But I was buying Roco backed probably in December, January, February. I think I got this for like $4 at auctions. Sold this one for 30. I think I had it for 40. Sent out the 10%, someone countered for 30, and I was like, you know what, I've got a ton of Roco backed. Again, one of those things where I have so much of a guy that I'm not gonna have FOMO if like prices go up. So I'm like, I'll lock in the profits now. If things go up, great, I'm still gonna win. So just one of those things for me that just kind of makes sense, I guess, when I have that much quantity. When I don't have a lot of quantity, it's a lot harder for me to accept that offer because I'm like, oh, this is my one piece. Like if it goes up, I'm gonna miss out. So I have no sense of missing out for Roco simply because I have so much on ComC and in person, lower end, higher end. I don't know if he'll be in Bowman University, but fun stuff. This was a big one. Jackson Dart Gold Bowman Auto. I bought this not long ago, to be honest, probably early May. I bought this maybe like week of draft maybe, or maybe Senior Bowl, so maybe April, May, for like $100 all in. I think there were a ton of watchers, and I just went to watch list, watchcount.com. Type in your player, type in Jackson Dart Bowman Auto, see what the most watched card is, and that's how I kind of decide what I want to buy. What are people watching? What are people hesitant on? When there's 15 plus watchers, I'm usually going to take the chance. I think there's enough interest. I can, worst case, I talked about it in my previous video, worst case, I think I'll lose out on fees. And I'm okay taking that risk. I'll lose, $10 $10, $13 on this card for a chance to make, 60, 70, even $40, I guess. So I had this card listed for $150 for the longest time, and I was getting offers at like 100, 110, 20, and then there was just I always look at the lowest buy it now of a certain guy that I'm really going in on, and I'm like, okay, the floor of his base autos, his second year Bowman University base autos is $50. This to me kind of tells me, okay, the market is creeping up, there's a higher floor. So I jumped it up to $250, and then I think again 10% offer to everyone, someone countered at $200, easy deal. So probably making $70-ish off of this. So I'm happy about that. Jackson Dart was rumored by Mississippi State fans. I don't know if I've talked about this. I do have some Walker Howard coming in my mail soon, and I don't know what order of videos will be happening, but there was concern one morning that he tore his ACL. It was started by Mississippi. I'll never believe a rival fan base again. Oh, I did talk about this because wow, that's all you have to look forward to. Whatever. So yeah, I'm fine getting out of it. I have plenty of others, mostly on Com C. I did pick up a Fuchsia PSA 10 auto for about $100. I thought I paid like 70 or 80. Turns out it was like 90, and then plus taxes and fees and all that shipping. So I'm fine with that. I'm fine. I believe in Jackson Dart though. Ole Miss. I'm buying more of the lower end stuff. I think the floor is not quite where it needs to be. You can buy his Bowman first cards for like $1 on Com C. You kind of look at like some of the other quarterbacks in previous sets, and it's $2, $3, $4 peak hype. Like a Michael Penix or something like that, or a Bo Nix. Another big one here, Joe Milton Orange Sapphire. I pulled this. I bought 4 boxes when it dropped. My shipping got delayed. That was like around Christmas time, and I was really nervous because it was supposed to get here, fly out to Seattle for my wife's family, and then like my train derailed, and there was this huge delay, and it took like 2 weeks for me to get my boxes. It was marinating a Joe Milton. I also got a Caleb Williams Sapphire Selections. That got a PSA 9, and then a Marvin Harrison Gold PSA 10 that I ultimately sold. This was my last bigger card that I got. Had it for, I think, $150, pretty much from the beginning. And I remember at release, I was like, $75-ish or so. That's where things were going, and I was getting offers on, I really believe in this. You have to, stay firm to what you believe in. I was like, this guy, people are going to say he can't throw. He had pretty decent accuracy. It did take him 5 years to kind of, sit, learn. Started at Michigan, was a highly ranked guy, transferred after a year or two, then Tennessee, sat a little bit behind Hendon Hooker and maybe somebody else. Finally got his shot, completed a decent amount of passes. If you look at, like, someone was like, oh, look at the Missouri game. I went back and I watched the full Missouri game. I mean, they couldn't run the ball. That's not Joe Milton's fault. The O-line couldn't get anything going. Sure, he misses some throws here or there. Tennessee fans like, oh, this is the Joe Milton experience, can't hit anything. I don't know. I just think rocket arm, he's 6'5", 240. Yeah, he's going to get hype. He's going to get drafted off that trade alone. And I would reckon that all these accounts, I really saw it a lot with Spencer Rattler last season, around this time. Oh, he can throw it to the moon, and he's throwing off the side of a mountain and hitting the trash can 60 yards away. All that stupid hype plays into cards, I would argue. So always figure this like 150. That's just kind of my, I guess, set price. That's how I do all my cards, really. There's always, before I buy a card, I'm like, what's my target price? What am I going to list this at? How much room do I have if I were to realistically buy this card? And where do I feel comfortable, if I take an offer or something happens? Floor 75, I'd like to try to get 125. I'm going to list it at 150. I was getting offers for 100 all day, every day. Then this Joe Milton hype started coming up where it's like, oh, he might be the starter. And, he was doing backflips and, outperforming Drake May. And that's when things really took off. I was getting offers, 110 pretty consistently. And Sapphire Selection oranges were doing about that. And there was a buy it now for 120. But I think the first holds a little bit more value. It is a sick color match. I'm into it for nothing at this point. I got an offer for 125, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get out now. I'm not going to have a sense of FOMO. I think it's a dangerous game, but I think they play tonight. I'm recording this on a Thursday. I think they play Carolina or Detroit. I was just looking at the schedule earlier because I was like, okay, who are the Bowman plays I can buy on ComC? So 125 on that guy. I'm happy about it. I still have a Sapphire on ComC. I've been selling some of the lower end stuff on ComC, which is nice. Jarquez Hunter. Got this in a lot for 22 bucks. Everyone was asking about like, hey, would you split up the Jarquez? It was a good deal. You know, I think this was like a $15 card. I sent out that 10% offer, $13 after fees, shipping, all that, and my netting, what, 10 bucks. And then I also sold 2 more cards. I made my money back on that lot, and I've got 4 or 5 other autos. CJ Donaldson probably going to give me the most profit on that, and then the rest, kind of $2, $3, $4 autos, but was happy about that. Was talking about Jarquez in our Discord yesterday. He's priced like Rashad Dubinion. It just doesn't make sense. 900-yard rusher last year, and I'd argue their offense, you know, Peyton Thorne, I'm not a huge fan of. This year they get Lambert Smith from Penn State. They've got Cam Coleman, the 5-star kid. They've got Rivaldo Fairweather, who was there last year. I hope he improves this year. I think it was from FIU or one of those Florida schools. Box might not be as loaded for Jarquez, but I don't like that. Like his 3 of his 5 best games were like Vanderbilt. Ole Miss had one of the worst rushing defense in like Mississippi State, I think. So that was like half his production. He had like 93 yards against Alabama. They should have won that game. And then there was somebody else that he had a pretty solid game against. Maybe it was Ole Miss. I'm like, yeah, you know, against the big dogs, I get it though. You know, they're stacking the box and they're making Peyton Thorne beat you. So I like Jarquez, not someone I'm heavy on, but I do think he is pretty undervalued when you find, you know, his autos like this. You can probably find a Sapphire auto for 10, 12 bucks. I think that's good value with the scarcity and the color match. So something to look out for. 900-yard rusher, 5.6 yards a carry in the SEC. So something to think about. TJ Harden. So I picked up 2 of these one-on-ones. I sold one in my previous sales video. It was Jacoby George, wide receiver, Miami. I'm optimistic. They've got Sam Brown. They've got Cam Ward and Xavier Restrepo. Got this as well. I think I paid like 20 bucks for the pair. I don't think I got a shipping discount, or maybe they did, and it was like, oh, you know, $2 to add on a slab, like whatever. So I think I paid like $8 a piece for them, and then it was like $6 for shipping. The Colby George got me my money back and then some. And then this, I think it was another offer. I had it listed for 40. I just thought cool, prismatic, 1 of 1, gold color match for UCLA, super sick card. Had it for 40. Someone counted at 30. They also left a note, and they were like, hey, I've been a season ticket holder for, I think, like 30 years. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Accept the offer. I mean, whether they had the note or not, I was going to accept it just because I'm in the money. It's pure profit now. If it can go to a collector who's going to enjoy it and, you know, keep it in their PC, sure. And maybe they're not. I don't know, but I trust them. All right, my Roomba just went off, so apologies. I don't remember where I was, so I'm just going to start with Makai Lemon here. These I got in the lot with the Jarquez. I also got Tyreek Chappell, Drew Pine Refractor, Jalen Berger, who's now at UCLA. I thought in my video, I found out he went to UCLA when I was editing that video. He's behind TJ Harden with Deshaun Foster now, running back coach. We're in LA. I don't hate it. I think I bought a Jalen Berger Sapphire auto on ComC just in case. Bowling ball of a guy from New Jersey, Don Bosco, went to Wisconsin, transferred out. At Michigan State, I guess. I think he had 1 solid year of production. Nonetheless, sold these for I think 16 or 17 for the pair. Same seller, Makai Lemon believer. I was looking at USC's depth chart yesterday. They had 4 wide receivers listed on the depth chart, which, you know, is kind of odd, I guess. You don't typically see that. But they've got like 4 different receiver positions. And he was on there. I think it was Deuce Robinson at the top, Phoenix kid, Pinnacle, 6'5", 260. He's going to be a beast. He's in Leaf. Jacoby Lane, also a Phoenix kid from Red Mountain. Who's the other one? Jacoby Covington? Is he like a Mater Day kid? There's another one. Or Jacoby Covington. He sounds like a Phoenix kid. I don't remember. They've got somebody else that I'm really blanking on. And then Makai Lemon. So optimistic for that. That was about $17-ish there. So about $600. I'll throw the screenshot up. I printed out the labels and just need to get everything going. But pretty solid with Makai Lemons. I love Makai Lemon. I think that's such a great value play right now if you want to take a gamble. Love TJ Harden. I think Deshaun Foster in for a rough season. Gonna hit the under on whatever their win total is. I think it's like 5.5, 6.5. But I think he's going to get him to play hard. They're going to pull off an upset win this year. I can feel good about that. Jarquez, I think, is a nice little sleeper. I think he's someone who people will look at comps, price the card, and it's like, hey, at the right buy it now, it's going to sell. Joe Milton, huge sale for me right there. You just got to believe in yourself, believe in what you think, and make a play, and go from there. Jackson Dart as well. Watchcount.com, I think is the plug there. Roco backed again, just believe in that play early on. A couple Roderick's, I really like him. I'll have to go back in. I don't have a ton, but I do have one of one, so I'd like to go back and get some more though. Trevor Etienne, meh. Noah Fifita, I probably underpriced this in my opinion. I probably could list it for 120, but I'll take the cash right now and then going out to Dylan. So that's everything. If you enjoyed, if you learned something, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next video. Peace. Love ya.